Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Sakura Security. In today's video we will be solving the newly released machine for this week. It's Wifinetictwo. I believe this machine has something to do with Wi-Fi, but let's just see how it goes in order for us to retrieve the user flag as well as the root flag. But before we jump into the video, I want to sincerely appreciate all my subscribers. You're really inspiring me to continue to bring content like this forward. If you are new to this channel, I definitely will implore you to subscribe to this channel, like this video. This really motivates me to continue to bring content like this forward. I always love to give back to the community, and I feel this is the best way for me possible to do that. And I would say I've been really enjoying the progress so far at this channel, and I really aspire and want to see this channel grow beyond this current state. So as always, let's just jump in to the business of the day. Let's go ahead and ping our host, which will be 10.10.11.7. if it's reachable, it is. So let's go ahead and add that to our host file. Let's see, hosts, and let's call this 10.10.11.7, and will be Wifinetictwo.htb. So we can run our nmap scan, nmap, and let's use -sc for the default script, sv for default version, and let's do v for verbosity and put the IP address, which will be 10.10.11.7, and let me output all formats in, let's call this Wifinetic.log, and let's have that run in the background. We have port 80 and port 22. So let's see what we have on port 80. So let's do http and call this Wifinetic2 on port 8080. So we have OpenPLC. So let's try default credential, admin. Let's see, admin password, nothing. Should we try basic SQL injection, or 1 equals 1? Let's see if it's vulnerable to SQL injection. No, it's not. It's just bad credential, so there's no way for us to log in. And let's see. Okay, let's do create search, do OpenPLC. It says product not found. So this is more of like local database search, local search for default credentials. So if I want to search for Tomcats default credential, I could use create search and call these, let's say, Tomcat, and then I have default username and password for Tomcat. If I want to do that for MySQL, I could do search and call these, let's say, MySQL, and it's still going to give us default credentials. So far we have the products in the database, so we can, let me see, can we list all the products that supported? How do we get that? We have the update, search, print, export, get DB, downloads the default credentials, file converted in JSON. Okay, let's go search that. So you can go to Google, download it from GitHub. So we can do create search GitHub, I believe it's the first one. Yes, it is. Okay. So how does it work? So to install it, you just use pip3 install, the default create cheat sheet, and it's been tested on Linux, both Kali, Ubuntu, and Hello Ubuntu, as well as Windows. So I think there should be a list of the supported database, I mean supported products, but well, we can check this later. So but let's continue with what we have to do. So let's go and Google for default credentials for OpenPLC. If I have to take a guess, I can say OpenPLC, because if we have Tomcat, we could also try OpenPLC, OpenPLC, and see if that goes. Let's go also and search for OpenPLC default creds. So it says default username and password is OpenPLC, so we guessed right, and we're able to log in. So what is OpenPLC? OpenPLC. In order for you to exploit its service or system, you need to know exactly what that service is, and for you to identify any vulnerability within the system. So if you do not know what the system is or what the software is, it will be quite difficult for you to exploit any vulnerabilities within the system. So OpenPLC is an open source programmable logic controller that is based on an easy to use software. So another one is the OpenPLC overview. So it's more of the anatomy, and if you go through this, I think it's going to tell you more about what the OpenPLC is. So it's mainly used on industrial and home automation, Internet of Things, and it consists of two parts, so which is the runtime and the editor. So the runtime is a portable software designed to run from the smallest of all microcontrollers to powerful servers in the cloud. So it's responsible for executing the PLC programs you can create using the editor. So we have to create a program, and it's officially supported on the following platforms. So let's see, how do we create our own program? So if we go to programs, there is a file with .st extension. So the description, the file, nothing. So is there vulnerability for this? Let's do /exploit. Let's do /exploit and search for OpenPLC. So we have one that is vulnerable to remote code execution. It's authenticated, so we already have the username and the password. So we could try this out. Let's see. So we could copy this, and we can use /exploit, and let's examine that. So the argument that we need, we have to specify the target URL, the username, and the password. We specify our IP address as well as our port that we're listening on. So what is this doing? So it tries to authenticate with the username and the password provided, and if it's successful, we get a response, login successful. And this is the function for the injection. So I guess this is where it's doing the PLC program uploading. So it's uploading the program, and where is it injecting? So the injection data. So this is what is been injected. Okay, so I think this looks familiar. Okay, and then it spawned this. So let's see if we can do that manually, and then we can try this out as well. So let's go to the program itself. So we have the program. How do we create .st extension? Let's do .st extension. Information is for low floppy disk image file for Atari computer. So let's see. Let's check the hardware. Okay, so I think this skeleton template has been made. Let's go to our ref shell. I love using the ref shell. I already have my IP address and the port I want to listen on, which is 9001. So let's see. We need to go with C, and I picked this up because of what I examined from the payload itself. So if you look at where it's injecting or injecting the code, which is the inject data, so it looks more of C. So all these are the standard libraries. So let's go ahead and do that. So we can copy these. So we can copy this, go back here. Let's press enter here and paste this. And next we can copy this. Let's see, right here. So we already have our ports and also the IP address. So you can replace this IP address with your IP address and the port to the desired port you want to listen on. So let's go here and go to the update custom output. So we can paste that here, and let's go ahead and set up a listener. Let me open this. So we're gonna leave this open just in case we want to try to run the exploits, but let me open a separate tab. Let me increase it a little bit and C-LVMP 9001. So if we go here, let's save. So it's compiling the program. It's compiling the main program. Compilation finished successfully. So let's go to the dashboard. It is PLC runtime is not running. So if we start the PLC, we get connection back. So if we do ID, we are root, and if we do which Python, there's no Python, which Python 3. So we have Python 3. So let's get a stable shell, import pty.spawn bin bash, and let's do stty raw -echo fg the enter, and export time equals to stime. Okay, so stty rows, let me set that to 49, and calls I want to set it to 199. Okay, all right. So what do we have? We have the OpenPLC DB. I always love to check the DB to see if we have any credential. Let's do OpenPLC.db. So it's SQLite 3. So do we have SQLite 3 here? SQLite 3. Okay, we do. So we can do SQLite 3, and the database that we want to connect to, DB, and we can do this to list the tables. So we have the users table, so we can do select star from users. So we still have the same OpenPLC, so there's no other credential, so we can just do exit to exit from there, and let's go to the home directory. Where do we have? There's nothing, so let's go to the root. We already root ls. Let's do roots. So we have the user flag, so we can do wc.c user.txt. So that's the user flag. So let's see, is there any other port or services that's running? ss-lntp. So we have the port 80, and we also have another process. Okay, let's try and grab our link piece, and we can manually check what's going on afterwards. So let me increase this. I love to get the latest version of the link piece. So google.com, and let's go to link piece.sh GitHub. I believe it's this one. So as you can see, this was last updated last week. Just copy the link, and we can do wget, and now let me clear this. I have to set up my listener, Python 3-m for the module, HTTP server, let me listen on 9091, and let's do wget HTTP, my IP address 10.10.14.65. I'm listening on 9091, and the file is linkpiece.sh. So it says wget is not available. Do we have core? Yes, we do. So we could use let's do this -o and call it link piece. Let me see. Let's sit into dev session, and let's do link piece.sh and then change this to core, and we get a call back to download the file, and we should have the file. If we do ls, we have the file. Let's give it execute permission, and linkpiece.sh. So let's go back and run linkpiece.sh. So let's minimize this a little bit. So it says we already root, but I believe we're in a container. Let's see. it says we are so it's trying a breakout here. So there's some errors. So it says read only file system, so we cannot remove this file. Trying to see how it's gonna break out of that container, so we can release a change to breakout. So let's do Google. Let's check this out. Let's see. Let me check this one. This group escape. Let's go back so we can note that and come back for it. Let's see. Okay, those are the container capabilities. We have the processes that's running. So we have the network information. So the interface is, oh, okay. Something turns out. So we have the ET0, we have the loopback, and we have the Wi-Fi interface. So let's see. This doesn't have any IP address. What can we do with this? Let's go to Wi-Fi. Let me check and test in the Wi-Fi. So let's see. So here are the basic commands. So we can use the IP link show to list all available interfaces. We already we've known all the available interfaces that we have, so which is the ET0, the loopback, as well as the WLAN 0, which is for the Wi-Fi. And all these tools, the M1, generally used for conducting Wi-Fi attacks. So this is gonna scan any available Wi-Fi. Okay, let's see what we can do with this. So let's go back and let's finish examining these. Sudo. Oh. Let's see. What else? We have the capabilities. Because we are root, so the HCPath WD is writable. Do we have any other user on this box? Nope. Let's see. These are the OpenPLC. And I think because of the name of the machine, our attention needs to change to how we can attack the Wi-Fi, or maybe connect to the Wi-Fi interface. But let's clear the screen a little bit, and let's do, if we're on the IP, link show, it's going to show the interface. So we have the loopback, we have the ET0 and the WLAN 0. So if we want to check the list of let's see, they have IWconfig, Yes. So right now it's in manage mode. This interface is in manage mode, and can we change it to monitor mode? Let's see. WLAN 0, which is the interface, and mode, let's change it to monitor. Monitor mode. That's an error, so it's busy. Device or resource busy. So let's scan the interface. Let's do WLAN 0 and let's scan. Okay, so it's using WPS1, WPS version 1. We have the PSS ID, so we have the PSS ID here. So this is very important for our next phase of attack. And WPS, it's enabled. So WPS, it's a Wi-Fi protected setup. So I'd say it's more of a standard protocol that simplifies the process of connecting device to a secure wireless network. So what it does is that it allows the WPS allows users to connect devices to a Wi-Fi network without needing to enter the network name and the password manually. So there are several methods for implementing WPS. So you can use a push button configuration where you have to press a button on your router. If you're close to your router, you just press the button and then you can connect your device to it. And another way, it's more of like the pin entry. So this method involves entering an 8-digit pin code generated by the router into the device Wi-Fi network. So let's see how we can probably brute force the pin. We can use River. Do they have River here? Is it River? No. River. No, they don't have that. So how can we? Let's see. We can use River one shot to brute force the pin. Let's see. How can we get a River? Another one we could use is one shot. Let's see. Either one shot or River can do this for us. One shot. Let's search on GitHub. WPS pin attack. Okay, so let's see. It's pretty much okay. Let's try this out. Let me see, one shot, and let's view the role. And I want to select these. So on my machine, let's call this one shot .py, and let's paste everything inside. So the last one is if hex mtk, and let me check the last for here. I could download this, but yeah, we have the same file. So let's save this, and we already have a server running here. So what I can do is use the same curl to download this file. Let me go up a few more times and change this to oneshot.py, and I want to download this oneshot.py. Let's see, oneshot.py, and let's see if we get that file. We do. So let me go ahead and clear the screen. We can run Python 3 oneshot.py. Oh, my bad, I wrote Python instead of Python 3 oneshot. And it's saying that we have to specify the interface. We know the interface, the BSSID, which we supposed to copy. Let's do the scan again. Let's do the scan. Will be IW dev online 0, and let's scan this. I just need the BSSID. Okay, it's right here. So this is what we need. We can copy this now, and let's do, and now we can run the command again. This time around we know the interface to be WLAN 0, and we have the BSSID to be this, and let's do -VV for verbosity, and with that we have the pin and we have the WP shared key, which is this, and we have the access point to be PLC router. So this is the pre-shared key, which is the password, and also the pin if you don't want to use the push button on the device. So what can we do with these information that we have? So we have to create a configuration file. So doing that, we can use WP score passphrase, I believe passphrase, and we want to connect to this access point PLC router, which is this one. It's PLC router, and the password, which is this, right, which is this, and we want to have it as our config. Okay, so there's no error now. So with the WPA supplicants, we have B, let's specify a configuration file and call it config, and the interface would be WLAN 0. Okay, so it successfully initialized WPA supplicants. So let's do if config, okay, so let's do if config, let's do LAN 0, that's 192.168.1.7, net mask. I'm going to set the net mask to be 255.255.255.0. Okay, so we have that configured. If we do if config, so we've now assigned this IP address to this interface, and let's now try to do for I in sequence 1 to 255, do ping, let's see, 1, that'll be 192.168.1 dots. .I, and I want to do grab bytes from, and we want to suppress any error, and to def null, and done. So we only have 2 IPs back, which of course this is the router IP, is the gateway, so, and the IP that we assign to this interface. So what we can do next is try to do SSH and call this root, and the IP address 192.168.1.1. if we press enter, yes, and we SSH into the router. So it says there's no root password defined on this device. Use passwd command to set a new password in order to prevent unauthorized SSH login. So we say who am I, didn't work, ID, we are root. So if we ls, so we have the root.txt file, and we can confirm that with wc, the c, and the file, so it's 32. So that's the machine. It's rated medium, but I believe it's pretty much easy and straightforward. For me, I don't know about you, but it's just I will rate this box easy rather than the medium that was initially assigned to this machine. If you enjoyed this video, kindly like and subscribe to this channel. It really keeps the channel growing, and it inspires me more to bring content like this forward. As always, thank you for watching, and I hope I see you next week. Bye for now.